Welcome back, everyone. This is, oh gosh, what is this now? I'm starting to lose track. Episode 6.
Yes.
Yeah, episode 6 of the Grove Boys show. As usual, got myself, Logan, got Connor, Tony, and Morgan all here tonight.
I made it tonight.
Happy to have you back, Connor.
Some of us are.
All right. Come on, Tony. Come on. What's on the docket tonight?
So, I want to start off by talking about NBA because the postseason has officially gotten underway with the first round of play-in games. We got the next round of play-in coming up tonight. Magic versus Hornets. That'll be the one that I'll be paying attention to the most, I think, just because I want the Hornets to face the Pistons. I'll get into that later, but Suns versus Warriors as well happening tonight. But just sort of a recap of some of the games that happened. We got the Warriors taking down the Clippers. Honestly, I figured that would happen.
Clippers.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
it was kind of a close game, no?
Yeah, it was 126, 121 was the final score. Honestly, I feel like I could maybe see it going either way, but I would be much more likely to give the edge to the Warriors there. I mean, Steph showed out like Steph does. 35 points, 7 of 12 from 3-point range. Yeah,
and he was on like limited
Steph.
minutes, wasn't he? He was on like limited minutes too.
Yeah, I believe so. But
it's pretty. Off the threes is nuts.
You said 7 of 12.
Yes, 7
That's
for 12.
Like, what is that? Like 65%? That's like insane. I think like isn't average like 30? I could be way off here. I
think nowadays it's like 40, but still.
It's just shy of 60%. 58.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. But yeah, for Steph to be shooting as well as he is still, I mean, this is over a decade past when he first became a star at this point, and he is still, I mean, just the longevity is insane for him.
When did he come into the league? Let me see.
It had to have been like
2009, I think.
I was gonna say 2012.
Yeah, 2009.
2009. Holy smokes!
My favorite Steph Curry moment. My favorite Steph Curry moment is that one year that there was a reporter who asked him, like, "Do you think you're better than LeBron James?" And this was like LeBron when he was with like the Heat, right? And they were kind of on top of the world at that time. And like, how do you answer that? Like, you're gonna answer, "Yeah, I think I'm better than him." Like you have to.
What do you say? Who's LeBron?
No, he was like, "Yeah, I think I'm the best." He's like, "I think I'm the best player in the world." And the next year was the year he won MVP. Like, that's the coolest Steph Curry story ever.
He just seems like a nice guy too. Like, I don't know. I don't follow basketball too much, but everything I see of Steph Curry, he's always like playing with the crowd or like taking care of his daughter or doing whatever. He just seems like a generally nice guy,
Yeah, he's not a dick like LeBron.
Well, from Ohio, what do you expect, right?
Yeah.
From Ohio is a crazy pull.
With Curry, do you guys remember watching him play? I would have been very young. I was like 5, but I would always watch March Madness. And I remember watching this little pipsqueak make threes after threes for Davidson. This is Cinderella Davidson. Like, oh my gosh, his short, 2005 era, the shorts are like down to your ankles. And it's like, how does this guy even fit in his uniform? And he's making these giants look horrible. It was like, this guy might be pretty good someday. I was thinking to myself, and I was 5. Oh my goodness.
That's
don't
crazy
think
that you remember that.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't
I'd always
think-
watch with my dad. He's like, "You're gonna watch basketball when you're done doing whatever I was supposed to be doing when I was younger." And I remember watching him play.
No, and Morgan's like, okay, yeah. Like,
Yeah, why not? I'll watch basketball. Why not?
dude, I will say though, like, I don't think I've seen a player change the game the way Steph Curry
Oh
changed
yeah.
the game in my lifetime.
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah,
LeBron has had a
agreed.
huge impact, but like LeBron didn't change the way people played basketball the way Steph Curry did in like
I mean,
like
he even changed the way people draft. Like it used to be, let's go get the biggest guy we can so we can score points in the paint. And now it's
Mhm.
like, let's get the best shooter ever because you can't win unless you have 2 or 3 guys that can make threes consistently.
Yep.
Pistons are fighting with that logic right now. Number 1 seed, and they score more points in the paint than anybody. But
That is true. They're kind of the exception, though.
Well,
Like, not too
teams are
many
having a
teams
hard
are.
time adjusting to that because there's no other team that really does that. They beat
Right.
you up so much. There's no one's equipped to handle that anymore. Which
I
is
think the Pistons
pretty neat.
are the exception to that because they score all the points in the paint and then they play tough defense. So it makes up for what they're not getting in threes, that extra point they're getting, not getting from, going for 2 instead of 3. Like they're making up for in stealing ball a ton of times. Remember that was the criticism with Cade for a while was Cade turned the ball over. Like, oh my gosh, he's inefficient. And then now Cade's like one of the most efficient players because like he'll still turn the ball over a couple times in a game, but he's going to steal it 3 or 4 times back. So, like, does it really matter if he turns it over at that point?
It still matters, but the amount of times he has the ball in his hand, you will turn the ball over. It's impossible not to.
Sure, that's true. That's true
That's
too.
just
Now,
how it
I do
who,
is.
want
who do
I
you
do
guys
want to
think?
I do want to reel it
Go
back in
ahead.
from the Pistons real quick, just because I mean we got a handful of games here to go over from the NBA. Before I want to jump into Pistons conversations. But just on the flip side of that Warriors Clippers game, I know we in the sports world look at the Clippers and we call them the unction, right? Because of how many old guys they have had on that team in recent years. But I want to give a shout out actually to um one of their younger guys, Benedict Mathurin, who came over to LA in the trade for Zubac. He's now coming off the bench for the Clippers. Scored 23 points off the bench. Very respectable. Um, Probably wouldn't have expected that from him. Um, Shot 7 for 11. 5 for 6 from 3-point range. So really, really solid numbers for him.
I think anytime you can get somebody to come off your bench and have 20 points, it's a win, regardless of who it is. I just think that's pretty incredible.
Yeah. Moving on to the next game though. Trailblazers and Suns, an even closer game. 114 to 110. Trailblazers take the win in that one. Huge shout out to um, Denny Avdia. I know I'm butchering that pronunciation. I still have not figured that out yet. But 41 points for Denny. Um, Only 3 for 8 from 3-point range, so not great, but not bad either. 15 for 22 um for field goals. Man, 41 um points in a postseason game in any case, I feel like is something definitely worth mentioning. Um I'm starting to believe in him. I we hear all the stuff about him being um Israeli and all the jokes about this being a ploy by Israel. Um but this guy can actually ball. Honestly, this guy can hoop. I don't know what was wrong with him over on the Wizards, but He's a hooper.
Wizards are just a lost franchise, dude. Like, let's be honest. Come on.
What do you mean? In order to be lost, you have to have been found at one time, and they've never been a good team.
The Wizards, dude. Like that sounds like I created a team on NBA, you know? Like come on.
Oh man,
That
wasn't
was
that
my
a
favorite card game at the dorm.
yes?
Yeah.
That was a '90s expansion team, wasn't it?
Uh,
I feel like it was.
Tony's locked in.
97. 97, yeah.
Newer team.
Wait. Oh, no. They rebranded from the Washington Bullets to the Washington Wizards.
Yeah.
They actually go back to the
That's what it was.
60s.
Well,
They were the
okay.
Chicago Packers, then the Chicago Zephyrs, Baltimore Bullets, Capitol Bullets, Washington Wizards. Then the Liberals had to complain about the Bullets name.
Listen, the Wizards are a lot better. That's a lot cooler name than the Bullets. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I am a firm believer of I think almost every team in DC should just be named the Generals, but you hate on me for that one.
That's so. For every team in Washington to be named the same thing, I'd hate it.
Yeah, dude.
Well,
that would.
the
You know how
Commanders should have
confusing
been
that'd
named
be?
the Generals, though. They should have been named the Generals.
That's a dumb take, dude. I'm gonna be honest.
Hey, that's okay.
You'd be like, "Oh, did you see the Generals game?" And nobody would know what you were talking about. Whatever.
At least have them be different ranks.
Yeah.
What is a
There we
worse
go.
take? The teams in the city should all have the same name, or the teams in the city should all have the same colors?
Same colors. I respect the
That's a
same
word.
colors. I think that's cool.
Yeah, that is.
I think we'd never be
I
able
was
to do it, but that's
preaching
cool.
at school. I was up in Saginaw. I was preaching whatever community you lived in, that all of these students would get like a different color jacket. I think that would be so cool. So like the whole sports teams to just have the same colors. I think that'd be sick. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
we see that actually become a big part of like the city's culture. I mean, you look at
Right.
Pittsburgh,
Pittsburgh's yeah.
Right.
the city of black and yellow. I mean,
Right.
prime example right there.
It would be a little weird if the Lions were red. You can't change the Red Wings. It's in their name. So all the other teams would have to be red.
Yeah, I couldn't see that. Like, I just couldn't see that.
I couldn't see it either. Can you imagine
All right,
the
guys, we're going to
Tigers
build a
being
time
red and
machine. We're
white?
going to go back in time, and we're going to get this done.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
What was did the Red Wings have a different name before they became the Red Wings? I thought they did.
They were always the Red Wings, the original six team.
I think they were always the Red Wings. But bringing it back to basketball.
They were the Detroit
I'm
Falcons.
gonna have to be doing a lot of that tonight.
That's all right.
This segment, yeah, that's okay.
They were the Detroit Falcons and then the Detroit Cougars before they became the Red Wings.
No way.
Interesting.
Where'd you hear that on Truth Social? Come on, man.
Nah, bro, I googled that shit. Don't bring that in. You'll get me going.
All right, back to basketball.
What? Clippers, Warriors, Trailblazers, Suns. Who's after that?
Well, before we move off of the Suns, I want to shout out Jalen Green as well. He played a hell of a game, even though he lost 35 points, 14 for 29, only 2 for 7 from 3-point range, but still very respectable performance from him. This game, though, I really want to focus on Magic versus 76ers. The Magic only put up 97 points in a postseason game. And the
Pathetic.
76ers won with 109.
What do you think the problem was?
I think, in all honesty, it was their 3-point shooting. And I'm going to bring up prime example right now. Paulo Banchero. Their star player only had 18 points. And that in part because of his 0 for 5 shooting from 3-point range. Just absolutely atrocious. Not to mention that he was only 7 for 22 for field goals. A minus 17 plus minus in that game, might I add. Shout out Desmond Bain, though. He did his thing. Stepped up when Ben Caro couldn't. He had 34 points. But 76ers, they came out and scored well. Kelly Oubre and Tyrese Maxey really stealing the show for them. Maxey had 31. Oubre with 19 points on 5 for 10 shooting from three-point range. So, very good three-point shooting there. Not to mention, Tyrese Maxey, also pretty decent. 3 for 9 for three-point shooting. But yeah, it's just a monumental collapse in talent for the Magic in that game.
Dude, I gotta say though, like when you say the Magic and the Sixers played each other, to me that's like cool. The School of Blind played the School of the Deaf, and they're both just playing for the right to lose in the next round. Like the NBA needs to get rid of this stupid play-in because it doesn't matter. Like it's
Has the
the
playing
dumbest.
team won after they've played in? Has that even
The
happened
Heat,
yet?
the Heat did,
The Heat
yeah, didn't they? The Heat were a play-in team a couple times, right?
But he have been playing a playing team a lot.
They made it to the finals twice as a play-in team, but they've never won the champion. So they've won the conference, but never won the championship. They lost
That's interesting.
to the Lakers and the Celtics. No, because those are both Eastern Conference. Lakers and the Nuggets.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Eric Spoelstra, longtime coach for the Heat. He's one of those coaches that is just kind of one of those guys who's going to show up in the playoffs. And that's why they were able to get so far despite being a play-in team. Nearly
He
every
was
single time.
pissed last night or whatever.
To answer the question, no playing team has ever won the title. Like you guys said, the Heat were the 8th seed in a play-in game, and they reached the finals. And then the Lakers were the 7th seed, and they made the Western Conference Finals that same year. But that was it.
The thing is, though, the play-in tournament hasn't been a thing for very long.
Right. So it's a matter of time before it happens,
Yeah, but has an 8th seed ever even won the NBA championship? Let me see.
Possibly.
No, an 8th seed has never won. Let's see. 7th seed. 7th seed's never won.
To me,
the lowest
NBA
ever is a 6th seed, and so you're taking the 9 and 10 teams, and they're playing for the 7th or 8th. Like this tournament is just stupid. It only exists for revenue. It's all it exists
to
for.
me, the NBA is kind of like pro wrestling in the sense that there's only like 1 or 2 guys that can actually really win it, and everyone else is just kind of there. Like Tony said, for revenue. I was going to say for comedic value, but for revenue.
There are 30 teams. 20 of them make the playoffs in the NBA. Like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? Like, that's so stupid.
And I mean, even if you do take the 9 and 10 teams out of the equation, I mean, that's still leaving you with like over half of the league. So
just over half, yeah.
I feel like there's no reason, honestly, to keep the 9 and 10s around.
And then it's stupid because all you get is situations like that little shithead LaMelo, like hurting Bam Adebayo.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that's what you get.
Get to that real quick here. Heat vs Hornets. Very close game. 1-point game. Hornets win 127 to 126. Kobe White off the bench. 19 points, 5 for 8, 3-point shooting, plus 21 plus minus in that game. Absolutely absurd for him. Also shout out Davion Mitchell from the Heat. He really stepped up. 28 points, 12 for 24, field goal. But yeah, I do want to address how close this game was and maybe how it shouldn't have been this close, and maybe the Heat should have even won because of that LaMelo and Bam incident. Just for anyone who doesn't know all what happened, LaMelo came down, and while he was on the ground, Bam was there trying to get the ball as well. LaMelo grabs Bam Adebayo's leg and kind of gives it a pull, and that, of course, causes Bam Adebayo to fall over.
Not even
And
like kind of like he straight up grabbed it. Like it was completely intentional. Like
yeah. And so Bam Adebayo, pretty early on in the game, had to leave with that injury. And I also want to bring up what LaMelo Ball said in the press conference after the game, because what he was kind of saying was, he apologized, right? But then his defense was that, he felt someone like hit him in the back of the head, and so he was saying he didn't really know where he was at. Honestly, terrible excuse, quite frankly,
let
because
me let me look up the clip.
first of all, it was his own teammate's leg. But I think in LaMelo's mind, he was thinking that it was a Heat player, which, regardless of who it is, it's clearly an accident.
Right.
But he still retaliates by reaching out and grabbing the leg of the nearest Heat player, yanking on it, and it just so happened to be probably the Heat's best player.
The crazy thing was him bitching to the refs when he got called for something too. Like he should have been ejected from the game. Like I'm looking at it in slow mo
Oh,
right
dude, that's
now.
all of them. That's everybody in the NBA.
That's all of them.
Here's my thing. His excuse of like, oh, I felt someone like hit me in the back of the head. So someone hits you in the back of the head, and your first like thing to do is to just take someone's feet out from under him. Like, what are you doing? Like, that was egregious. He should be suspended for the next game, but that's not going to happen because the NBA and Adam Silver are a bunch of flipping cowards, and LaMelo's good for views. So they
Brings
want.
in the DOP, man. Direct
It's so
operations
ridiculous.
profit.
If they
Revenue,
get that
man.
8 seed, I hope the Pistons beat the shit out of LaMelo Ball. Just beat the piss out of him. Like
Do the Pistons know who they're playing at or no?
they play. Oh wait, they play the loser of the Hornets game, right?
No, they play the winner of whoever wins
The
Hornets versus
loser.
Magic.
Oh,
And
perfect.
based on
What a
how the Magic have
softball.
been playing, it'll
Okay,
probably be the Hornets that the Pistons end up playing, which
What
I
a
would love
softball,
to
dude.
see.
great,
We
because
would,
that's a rivalry. Everyone wants to see that anyway, because those teams kind of hate each other regardless.
Yeah.
we would smoke the Hornets, right? Like, I don't even think it'd be close.
They should. Like the only like, I think for a lot of people, the East is down to the Celtics and the Pistons. Like I don't really see the Knicks or the Cavs beating anybody in the second round besides each other.
Who do you guys got winning the whole thing?
Spurs.
Because I got a team winning the whole thing, and I don't know if I'm delusional or what, but I want everyone else's opinion.
Spurs. Childhood trauma is going to come back. The Pistons are going to play the Spurs, and the Spurs are going to beat them.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you, Tony. That's
Right.
actually the same matchup I have.
It'll be a competitive series, but that's how it's going to go.
I just don't think the Pistons just don't do well. Like they get most of their points in the paint, and the Spurs are really good at shutting down points in the paint.
The Spurs are a bad matchup for him. Yeah.
Like it's just a rough matchup for the Pistons. Like if they make it that far, maybe they can get momentum from like the city and stuff and take a couple games, but I don't think they're going to win the whole thing. That's if they even make
Spurs
it.
get bounced.
That's it, right?
We'll see.
I don't know. I
didn't-
agree that I think the Spurs are going to win it all. But I think it's going to be the Celtics that they beat. I mean, the
What a
Celtics have.
traitor.
I'm just calling it how I see it, man. I think, the Celtics obviously have a lot more playoff experience than the Pistons do. And especially with Jaylen Brown only getting better and better with each season, and now he's, a borderline superstar. Not to mention the fact that Jason Tatum has been playing out of his mind ever since he came back from his injury, almost like he was never injured at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared to death of just that duo alone.
Fair. They're a good team. I think the East, like I said, the East, I think, is down to those two teams, though. It's one or the other.
I'd be very surprised if neither of those teams win it. The East, that is.
I've seen some people saying, not to count out the Cavs. I'm counting out the Cavs.
They have James Harden. They're out. They have James Harden. They're out. That's an out for me. He's going to choke. But no, I can't see the Cavs. The Knicks are overrated. So that leaves the Pistons and the Celtics. And I give the edge to the Pistons, but I'm not surprised if the Celtics win that series. That's a 6 or 7 game series, though.
I also do want to say one team that I feel like we are sleeping on in the East who could be a contender for the East, quite honestly. The Raptors. Believe it or not.
Nah, they're from Canada. They suck. They can't do it.
Listen, man, I love the way
they can't win in hockey. How are they going to win in basketball?
It's not possible.
I love the way B.I.'s been playing. I love the way Emmanuel Quickley's been playing. There's a lot to like about this Raptors team. So, I mean, they're not my pick for the East champions, obviously, but just keep an eye on them. That's all I'm going to say about that.
And you guys have no faith in the Thunder at all in the West?
I really don't. I think if the Thunder play the Pistons in the finals, the Pistons beat them.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it should definitely come down to a Spurs Thunder Western Conference final. Realistically, I don't see how it could be anything else. But in that matchup, Spurs win 9 times out of 10.
Okay, 9 times out of 10 is a bold take, but yeah, Spurs will win.
Connor, you had something to say about hockey?
Oh yeah, dude. Oh man, I've been waiting all day. Oh man, the Red Wings have got my blood boiling, man. All right, so I got this whole little segment here that I'm gonna read you guys. I'm gonna call this myth versus reality. All right. So for those of you that don't follow hockey, the Red Wings got bounced with 3 games to go. Then to make matters worse, they just acted like they gave up. Last game of the season, I was watching and I'm like, okay, well, even if they lose, go out with some fight, it's in hockey town, whatever, right? They proceeded to lose 8-1 against a bunch of AHL guys that I've never even heard of on a team that isn't in the playoffs, who didn't play their starters. And the Red Wings, they played starters. Did Dylan Larkin play? No. Why didn't he play? Because they said he had a lower body injury.
I'm so sick of those.
AKA, he re-injured his knee during the Olympics, and nobody said a word. I'm so convinced that Dylan Larkin just injured himself in the Olympics, and just it's been a downside ever since. But before I get on a tangent, I got five things here. I'm gonna start off with the first one and just get everyone's opinion on this. So, myth versus reality. Is this myth or reality? The Red Wings are already a playoff caliber team.
No, not at all.
That is,
No.
and that's a reality in terms of talent. They don't have like that guy on the team that's going to keep them motivated. Like, they just don't have, like, this is a criticism to Dylan Larkin. Like, I don't care. As captain, you should be able to go motivate your teammates to go out there and play, even if like you're sitting. So in terms of talent, yes, they should be in the playoffs. So that's a reality. I would say they are a playoff caliber team. I mean, they would have made the playoffs if they were in anything but their division almost. So
Morgan, you say no. Logan,
They
you got the
can't score.
tiebreaker.
They can't score. They don't put up enough goals. They don't score enough goals. They need a new piece. They need to spend big time. Maybe in a couple, I don't know, whenever they acquire more players, I'd say maybe I could reassess. But they don't score enough. No. Any thoughts, Logan?
I'm calling it a myth right now, and I think the evidence has been in this season. Just where they're at right now, forget about all the future possibilities that they have with cap space and guys that they can bring up from the Griffins and all this and all that. This team has been utterly disappointing. There
This is a complete joke. I agree with you, Logan.
is there's the bare minimum of chemistry from what I've seen on this team, quite frankly. So I think we'd be better off if we just had a completely different set of players who knew how to not crumble late in the season, who knew how to play all however many games it is during the season.
82.
that's down to the captain and coaching, though.
All I'm
That's
saying
not
is,
on the rest of that roster.
what is it on then, Tony?
It's on Larkin and the coach. Particularly, I put it on Larkin. I think Larkin's a great player, but like honestly, I'm at the point that I agree with Connor's statement that Larkin is a number 2 guy on almost any other team.
I've been saying it for years.
He's not a Stevie, like he's not an Iserman for his team. Like Larkin is not willing to do the things that he doesn't want to do to make the team better and to motivate the team like Stevie Y was. So do you guys know this about Stevie Y way back in the day? He was one of the best offensive players in the league and it wasn't working. So he ended up figuring out like, oh, but if I sacrifice my point totals and stuff and just contribute in other ways, the team's going to be better. And they immediately became a contender. Like Larkin's not doing that. He's not doing that. Like I don't know if it's like a selfish thing. I don't think it's a selfish thing. I just think it's he was supposed to be the golden boy when he took over, right? He's from Michigan. He's from the Waterford area. He was supposed to be the next Stevie Y for that team. And I feel like he just cannot deal with that pressure. He's not a leader. Their captain is just not a captain. And the coach is not a coach. Like
one thing I want to say before getting into number 2 here, one thing I do want to bring up. The record at the end of February was 35, 20, and 6. They finished 41, 31, and 10. So that means in March and April, they went 6, 11, and 4. And when you're on the bubble, that's just not going to get it done.
no.
Anyways, number 2, I got Lucas Raymond has already hit his ceiling. Do you guys think he's hit his ceiling, or do you think he's going to get better next year?
I think he's going to get better. Maybe
Yeah,
not
that's a
next year,
myth.
but under a new coach, certainly. I think the coaching has been holding him back from his true potential. And I think
Think he can get better.
we're starting to see a little bit of that true potential shine through in this past season. Because I feel like he did really step it up.
They just need an assistant coach who knows offensive scheme on that team because, like, I really do like their defensive scheme for the most part. With the head coach,
The
like I think
defense is
he's done really
solid.
good there. Like their defense is good, but
Yeah.
like that offense can't score. Like the point difference, like what is it? Like they had a negative point differential, but they had one of the best defenses in the league this year. So, and that just tells me whoever's coaching your offense is shit. And like you
Point
need
differential
something else.
was minus 17, by the way.
And they still
So
have one of the best
not
defenses in the
terrible.
league. Like they just need an assistant coach that knows the offensive scheme better.
What do you think, Morgan?
Well, Lucas Raymond's young. He should have a better year than what he did this year. I feel like he can only go up from there from how old he is. You don't peak at 24 as a hockey player. That's you're
True.
still not developmentally there yet. You got to get some more meat on it, which he will, of course.
I have to agree with you guys there.
And
Number
I'm sorry, Connor. I'm gonna ask you to repeat exactly what the first question was because I do have a question to pose to Tony regarding this.
Yes. So the first question is the Red Wings are already a playoff caliber team. Myth or reality?
So here's my question to Tony then. If we are saying already, as this team stands right now, you are pointing out things that are currently a problem that are keeping them back from being a playoff caliber team, like Dylan Larkin as a captain, like Todd McClellan being the coach, and the offensive assistant coaching. So, with those things keeping the Red Wings back from being in the playoffs, how can you sit here and say that the playoffs are already or the Red Wings are already a playoff caliber team?
I love when you get fired up
Remember,
about this stuff, dude.
Remember, I said they were a playoff caliber team in terms of talent, not in terms of like coaching and captainship. That's what I said. Like they have the talent to make the playoffs.
In Tony's defense, I'm going to play a little devil's advocate here. In Tony's defense, if they were in the other conference, if they were in the Western Conference, like Edmonton got the second spot in the Pacific, okay? They had 91 points. Well, the Red Wings finished with 92. So, like, if they were in the Western Conference, if they were in the Pacific Conference, they would have a home playoff game right now.
But they're not.
So, like,
and that's ultimately what matters.
No,
right.
like it's okay.
Tony, let's not get too off the rails. I still got three questions here.
Okay, go ahead.
Number 3, okay, here we go. The Red Wings are one big trade away. Myth or reality?
Reality. Reality. I mean, if
What
they
is
choose
that
to go
trade?
if they choose to go the trade route, that's a reality. I mean, but like they don't necessarily have to. Like they can bolster up in free agency. The problem is they're not deep. Like they're so reliant on those first 2 lines, and then after that it falls apart. So it's just pick up some solid guys in free agency that are just grinders, and you're good. So like that's a reality, but like that's not the way I want them to go.
One big trade. What would be a big trade? What could they do?
So, like, something like, I don't know, a couple years ago, Steven Stamkos was on the market in free agency. Like, there was rumors that Eiserman called Stamkos. They had conversations about it, and it just fell through, right? It didn't happen. But if they get, like, a big free agent this year to pair with Larkin and DeBrincat on the first line, like, would that elevate them to be a playoff team, and if not, like, win a series?
Probably. I know it's a lot harder in hockey. Everything's a lot more difficult in hockey. You can sign whoever you want, but you need to have the chemistry too. So I don't know. I don't know enough to comment too much on that. I'd say probably, but it's a lot harder in hockey. It's to be an impact player like that. I don't know. That's my opinion.
agree 100% with Tony on this one because, I mean, we've talked it into the ground at this point that the Red Wings have an insane amount of cap space going into next season. I don't see any reason why they should go the trade route as opposed to just looking at the free agents that are available and signing whoever it takes from that board to make a deep playoff run.
Well, here's the crazy thing. They can sign whoever they want from that board, and then they've got such talent waiting in the AHL that they could just trade.
I am so sick of that argument, Tony. No, they
No.
don't. If they did, they'd bring them up. Dude, I don't care about the prospects.
No, what I'm saying is you trade the prospects on a team that's like, yeah, we're pretty bad, but we got a guy that we can offload for some talent. Like that happens all the time.
Yeah, I guess.
They can do
but
that.
like,
What
if,
I'm saying is like they can
my
do that.
mind, if they were that good, the Red Wings are like Kosa, okay? This Michigan State goaltender. Hello, your two goalies gave up 8 goals down the stretch. Okay, John Gibson played terrible last month. Like, why are we not giving Kosa a chance? Like, this is year 2 of bad goaltending.
He was supposed to come up because Gibson was hurt, and they put him back down and like said, "Oh no, Gibson's fine," and went with Gibson. I don't know.
But why,
I'm scared about Kosa. I'm scared because he's supposed to be the guy for like 4 years now, like just waiting.
Hey.
And he's like, "What is going on?"
Okay,
Watch, he'll be like
I don't want to diverge too off the track here, but I just want to point this out because I thought this was funny. As soon as Connor mentioned Michigan State, I see Morgan down in the bottom left of my screen. They're starting to nod. Like, yeah, that's my boy.
Unreal.
Man, we can't talk trash. We're Michigan fans, and they disappointed also.
Your boy, there's something wrong with Kosa, okay? Something's going on. He's not all that.
Something's happening.
There's a huge difference between college hockey and even the OHL though. So that's like, I was about to say that, but it's nice that there's a Michigan State guy on the Red Wings, but still, it's a huge jump.
What do you guys think is better,
Probably
OHL
not
or
there.
college hockey? That's a fun debate. College hockey or OHL?
OHL.
OHL's way better.
Way better.
Way better. I don't even think it's a debate.
And OHL is like younger than college hockey players a lot of the time.
That's why they're way better.
Because your college hockey players are like the guys that we knew even on the club team at SV. It's all guys who play juniors and then they go to college when they're 21. They're freshmen at 21. Like,
OHL players can't even drive. Some of them are like 14, 15 years old. Like,
yeah, Michael Misa got exceptional player status. He got drafted at 15 years old.
Right. He scored last night, by the way. I'll have you know.
Oh, did he?
He did score.
That's
against
awesome.
the Chicago Blackhawks. What do you know?
We should all commit to getting Misa jerseys, by the way.
Oh, man. I would have if he was a Hawk. I was really sad when he...
I would have got a Michael Misa jersey if he was a Hawk. Are you kidding me?
All right. Diverting back on the track here. Number 4. Tony touched on this earlier, but I'm going to say it anyways. Myth or reality? Dylan Larkin cannot become a true number 1 player.
Reality. That's reality. He's had his chance to prove it, and he hasn't done it.
Does everyone agree?
He can still be captain. He can still be captain because, like, that's like a bad look too. If it's like he's captain forever and you strip him and give it to someone else that you just bring in, like, leave him as captain, and just work with him on like, hey, be the number 2 guy, but be the captain more than anything. Yeah, like you can work that in. Like you can make him do that. You can do that.
That's how it used to be. Like everyone knew that Datsuk was better than Zetterberg, but Zetterberg was still the captain. You know, like that's just how
the leader.
Yeah, he was the leader of the locker.
Shit, Fedorov, I would say, was better than Stevie Y, but Stevie Y was the captain of that team. Yeah, no, you can do that.
All right.
I
Last
Tony pretty much word for word on that.
Yeah. Last one I got here. To wrap things up in the hockey spectrum here. The Red Wings will make the playoffs next year. Myth or reality?
Reality. I'd say that's more of a reality next year than myth. There's too much available to them, like as far as cap space and tradable talent and stuff like that, to be able to make the playoffs.
I
But
thought
are
the
the
same
Sabres really
thing.
going to do this shit again? Like, are the Sabres going to do this again? Like,
We were talking about the same thing last year, and we all said, yes, of course. Why wouldn't they? I'm just gonna say no, because all I've ever known for Red Wings hockey
Wow.
when I pay attention is they blunder it away in March.
Wow.
So I'll say no, just to spice things up here.
Wow.
I still remember 08. I'm old, but I remember 08.
I think they're kind of like the Lions before the curse of Bobby Lane was lifted. They'll do whatever they want in free agency, and it's just gonna. I think the curse of Bobby Lane went to the Red Wings now, even though that has nothing to do with players. That's my opinion from.
So for those of you that don't
following
know, the
hockey.
curse of Bobby Lane is our excuse for why the Lions always disappoint us.
Oh gosh, we'll
And
see.
I
I hope I'm
know
wrong.
it comes down to me now to be the tiebreaker here, but I'm sitting on the fence for this one. We
I'll
we,
break the tie after you, Logan. Don't worry.
we really got to see what Yzerman does with all this cap space that he has, the talent that he has in the AHL with the Griffins. But yeah, I mean, and it's a lot of cap space. So I'm really optimistic about that. But at the same time, it's hesitant optimism just because I know the history of free agent signings that we've brought in under Steve Yzerman. But who knows? Maybe with the amount of money that we'll have available as opposed to what we've had before, it's going to look a lot different.
We should reapproach this question for sure before the season starts, like right before the season starts,
Almost
because like
definitely.
then we'll know.
Yeah.
Then we'll know. Like then we'll be able to be like, yeah, nope,
Yep.
seen this before.
As
We
of
should
today,
Yeah.
April 16th, I'm going to say this is a myth. I don't think they ever do it. I really don't. I think they're closer to collapse than a lot of fans want to believe. And the only reason I say that is I don't think Patrick Kane comes back next year. He was fourth in points on the team last year. And to lose Patrick Kane, I know he's not the best player out there, but fourth in points is a big impact on your team. The only people that score on the Red Wings are DeBrincat and Larkin. Like that's pretty much it. Like occasionally Mo Sider or Finney will get a goal, occasionally, but everybody else just misses in that by 5 feet. And the biggest thing for me is I think everybody around the Red Wings are going to be better next year. Like the Flyers made it in. Okay, they're a super young team. They beat the Red Wings. Ottawa came out of nowhere. They're a super young team.
I hate
Montreal never
Kachuk.
goes away.
I'll never cheer for a
Buffalo
Kachuk
is
team.
just. What'd you say?
I'll never cheer for a Kachuk team unless they're playing for the
Yeah,
USA.
well, okay, but they're fun to watch, and they were missing like they when the Red Wings played them a week ago. It showed a stat on the screen that said they're missing their top 5 defensemen. Okay, when you miss your top 5 defensemen and you still find a way to win games, like you're a good team, dude. Like, and if you guys don't think Florida's going to be back next year, like Florida's going to be back next year. Toronto's going to be back next year. Columbus almost made it in. I just think there's a lot of talent, man, and I don't think the Red Wings are trending in the right direction. That's all I
they're
got
wrong.
for the hockey section.
Like we were saying earlier, they've never stepped back though. You know, they've under Iserman, they've never taken a step back. They've only moved forward.
And I think that's the
at least
gambler's
maintained.
fallacy. I think that's the gambler's fallacy. And it's like, yeah, let's give him one more year. Why the hell not? Well, he won another game this year. Why not? Let's give him a chance. And it's like,
I totally get
dude,
it.
like, I just don't know how you guys aren't fed up. Like, I'm fed up with Chicago, but at least I know by Thanksgiving that we're out of the playoffs. Like, hey, when we drop the first 20 games of the year, like, there's nothing to root for but the Red Wings.
Fair.
Oh, man.
I mean, trust me, I've been fed up for a long time now, but it's getting to the point where I'm fed up of being fed up.
I just, I put the game on and then I go put my clown nose on for even watching it. Like, what am I doing?
Soon,
Like,
if there's a collapse, there'll be like the Lions, the trash bags over or the grocery bags
Yeah.
over there. That's what we're seeing.
Mhm.
I think you might be right, trending in that direction.
just
Ooh.
think it's close to collapse, man. And Dylan Larkins could be the biggest what if, right? And it's like, what if they decide, you know what? We're going to go a different direction. We're going to fire Iserman. The new GM is going to go ahead and trade away their best player, and we're just going to go into this complete rebuild. And that would be great for Dylan Larkin. He would go somewhere and he'd probably win a cup, to be honest.
That'd be positive for both teams at that point. At that point, that would be a plus for both sides.
It would be like we're getting rid of Patrick Kane. We're getting rid of Iserman. Like, that's just. I was listening to 97.1 today, and they were saying, like, all these world events that happened the last time the Red Wings made the playoffs.
Well, don't listen to 97.1. Those guys are idiots. Those guys are morons on 97.1.
The Billboard Top 100, dude. Okay, Justin Bieber, "Baby" was the top song the last time the Red Wings made the playoffs.
Did you say Justin Bieber?
Isn't that who sings it?
It's Bieber.
Bieber. Sorry, Bieber. Hey, my bad. My bad.
We were all calling him back in the day.
That is true.
Dude, I'm fired up about it, man. Like, it's actually ridiculous.
"Wake Me Up" by Avicii was a hit the last time.
I've been with my significant other for 10 years. Okay, I don't know if it's my curse or what, but the last time the Red Wings made the playoffs, we weren't together. Like, I was a freshman in high school. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm just over it.
All right, cool. I'm gonna wait on the divorce for the next time they make playoffs. Kidding.
Oh, boy.
All right, let's move on to a different topic.
Stop coming, but you're on his way.
Yeah, Tony, what you got about baseball?
All right, baseball power rankings. Give me your guys' top 5 to 10, whatever you decided to do, and then I'll give you the correct one.
Wow. Wow.
I'll start. So, and I'll just very briefly go through this. Honorable mentions: Tigers, Cardinals, Cubs. Number 10, I got the Rangers. Number 9, Diamondbacks. Number 8, I actually have a team that I didn't think I'd be seeing this high, but the Athletics. Number 7, I've got the Twins. 6, I got the Guardians. 5, I have the Pirates. 4, I've got the Padres. 3, I've got the Rays. 2, I've got the Braves. And, of course, at number 1, I have the Dodgers.
Good one. Good.
All right, you go.
Who was your number 10?
My number 10 was the Rangers.
Okay, they just cracked the list. Okay.
Yeah, and I do want to say there's one player that I've noticed that's really keeping the Twins back, and it's a pitcher. I can't remember his entire last name for the life of me, but it ends in Richardson. It's one of those hyphenated last names. He's what, 0-3, 0-4. He doesn't have a single win. It seems like every time he's
Simeon
out there
Woods
as the
Richardson.
starting pitcher, he's giving up, at least like 7 runs.
He has a 6.10 ERA.
Richardson?
0-3. Yep. Simeon Woods Richardson.
Yeah.
He's having a horrible year so far.
Yeah, but
6.10 ERA.
if the Twins can figure out what to do about that guy, then they're flying high.
They play chaos baseball. They're so fun to watch right now, actually. Like,
Yep.
All right, Morgan, you're up. What's your list?
Oh boy. Well, resurrecting themselves after their abysmal start. My number 5, I have the Tigers. They're 9. They're 10-9. I just watched them win 2 series in a row. Pitching in every single one of those games, besides today's game, was amazing. Today's game, if you didn't watch it, oh my goodness. The Tigers, they had a thriller if you love to see a ton of runs scored. Cater Montero goes out on the mound. He gives up 4 runs in 6 innings, which if he can get to 6 innings for a Tigers fan, you'll take it because that guy's a dud. And really, the bullpen squandered the game, but somehow the Tigers found a way to come back and walk off. Make it so you can win 6 games in a row after losing 2 series in a row. I have them at my number 5. They should win the AL Central. No, next week they'll lose 2 series in a row, and I think the complete opposite. But they have the pitching. My 4th team, and it's the third National League team I have on here. I have the Braves. They're 12-7. They should win the NL East. They just won their series with the Marlins. After the Tigers dealt with the Marlins haven't been doing so hot. Maybe they're going back down to where they should. I'm not sure. I have the Braves at number 4. Number 3, which these guys really moved from last week for me. And, man, the Yankees have really sucked recently. But I have the Tampa Bay Rays. They're my number 3 team. They're leading the AL East. They've won their last 6, just like the Tigers.
They swept the Yankees, right?
They swept the Yankees.
Yeah.
And then they sweep the White Sox, which if you have a pulse, you should at least be able to win a series with the White Sox. But that's why Tampa and the Yankees have switched. If you can,
you have a pulse, you should be able to beat the White Sox. That's so
you
true.
should win a series. You should win a series against them. If you don't win a series against the White Sox, you had a problem.
The White Sox
No.
are 6-12 right now too.
My number 2, and you'll probably hate this, Tony, and maybe this is not a great place for him, but I have the Padres at number 2. Now, I will switch these guys around with the coming series. Tomorrow, the Padres and the Rays, they play each other. So we'll see which team's the best.
It's
only a 3-game series. But the Padres, they're second in the NL West, 12-6. They've won their last 7 games. They're on a hot streak. You win 7 games in a row in the MLB, my goodness. And number 1, I have the Dodgers. They're 14-4. They've only lost 1 series all year. And those are the Cleveland Indians or the Cleveland Guardians. I'll keep messing that up. They keep finding ways to win. It's not like they're always sweeping everybody, but they win their series, and it's fun baseball. Even though I don't like the Dodgers at all. The LA checkbooks aren't very fun to watch.
If you hate that team, that's still a fun and exciting team to watch. All right, Connor, you're up.
Yeah. All right, so last time I did a power rankings, I had the Phillies in there. Little fall from grace. Little fall from grace. Okay, but what I will say is
you had a 1, but
they're hanging around 500. Okay, so I'm not going to put them in my top 5, but they are 8-10, and they played some good teams. So come on, give them a break, right? Okay,
give them a break.
Just cracking the list. Okay, at number 5, see what I got. I got the Padres. I think number 5 is where they should be. I think they're a legit playoff team, but I got the Brewers at number 4, to be honest with you. Top 3 is pretty self-explanatory. I'm pretty sure everyone's got these in their top 3. I got the Braves at number 3. I hate doing this, but I got the Yankees at number 2, and the Dodgers got to be the best team.
Yep.
They got to be the best team. I don't know how the Dodgers aren't the best team right now. And, I mean, they better be the best team. They've paid everybody and their grandmas. Like,
Well,
come
their big
on.
thing is they're on track for 126 wins right now. There's only 3
They're
teams
on
on track for
track
100
for-
wins.
Oh, my God. This is ridiculous.
Connor,
Okay,
did you say you had
so
the Yankees at 2?
I do. Yeah, I got the Yankees at 2.
Okay,
Hot
I
take.
cannot wait to hear Tony's thoughts on that. But Tony, your ranking first.
Okay, so I'll go 10-1 like Logan. So at number 10, I have the Rangers. We're in agreement on that. Number 9, I had the Brewers. Number 8, I had the Rays. Number 7, I had the Pirates. Number 6, team you guys all forgot, Reds. Cincinnati's like kind of killing it. Like they're so under the radar, killing it right now.
Yeah.
Number 5, dropping from 2 to 5, Yankees. Dude, if you can't, like, I know it's chaos baseball and it's crazy and they're probably going to fall off, but the way they're playing right now, the Twins are a top 5 team in the MLB. Gotta be. They gotta be. You know, number 3, I have the San Diego Padres. As much as I hate the San Diego Dads and I despise that team with a passion, they're a top 3 team. Number 2, Braves. They have arguably, one of the favorites for Rookie of the Year. And then number 1, it's LA. Like if it's not LA, then your list is just wrong right now. That team is too good. It's too stacked, and not even the whole team's back yet. Yankees at 2 is kind of wild. I mean, I see it, I understand it. They're still the favorite to win the American League. If you're looking at that and using that for your rankings counter, but they did get swept by the Rays, and I think everyone kind of likes the Rays. Like
it happens. It happens
a little bit.
It happens. People have off weeks, like the Phillies, dude. Come on, like next power rankings, the Phillies will be back in my top 5. That's just how it's gonna go. But we'll see. There's a lot of baseball left to be played.
Yeah, and then I pulled up. Do you guys want betting odds for postseason awards?
Yep.
Sure.
So top 3 for AL MVP favorites are Judge, Bobby Witt Jr., and Gunnar Henderson. That's pretty good. Top 3. I would love to see Bobby Witt finally win one. Your NL favorites are Juan Soto, Ronald Acuna Jr., and Shohei. Shohei is the only person I've ever seen in my life that's the favorite to win the award. Like, you'll lose money if you bet on Shohei to win. And he wins. Like you won't win money. Like, he's just far and away the favorite. AL Cy Young favorites, it's still Tarek Skubal, Garrett Crochet, and Max Fried. NL Cy Young favorites, Paul Skeens, Christopher Sanchez, and Yoshinobu Yamamoto. AL rookie favorites, I actually have a bone to pick with this one, but you have Chase DeLauter, Kevin McGonigle, and Munetaka Murakami. There's 2 things that piss me off about that top 3. First off, how the hell is Kevin McGonigle not number 1 when he is clearly the star and best player on his team? Chase DeLauter isn't even the best player on his team. And also, how in the flying fuck, pardon my language, is Munetaka Murakami in the top 3? I get it. He's from Japan. That guy isn't even batting 200 right now. You shouldn't even be in the conversation if you're not batting 200. That's AL Rookie of the Year. NL Rookie of the Year are Cal Stewart from the Reds, Nolan McLean from the Mets, and Connor Griffin from the Pirates. Nolan McLean's my favorite to win that award right now. I mean, he just had a pitching duel with Yoshinobu Yamamoto and almost won. Like, that's kind of wild.
That is wild. I got a wild. Go ahead, Logan.
Here's my disagreement with Tony. And I do agree Kevin McGonigle should be the front runner for AL Rookie of the Year, but he's not the star of the team. He's not the best player on the team, at least not looking at just this season. I have been so impressed by the way Dylan Dingler has been playing this season.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were going to say Riley Green for a second. I was going to bitch at you.
About to get on FanDuel and bet he strikes out 3 times a game. I'd be winning a lot of money.
No, it's no. The only reason I say that is like Kevin McGonigle is the best is Kevin McGonigle hasn't done anything to me that makes him come across like a rookie on that Tigers team. Dylan Dingler has. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you look at that Tigers team, and Kevin McGonigle on there, you can't tell he's a rookie if you look at the rest of that team. Like, he just looks pro ready. He should be the far and away the MVP favorite. But
Here's
what do I
my fun baseball fact of the podcast, okay? The Dodgers salary cap is sitting at $515 million. To put that into perspective, okay? I just did a little bit of research. That means the Colorado Rockies, the Minnesota Twins, the Tampa Bay Rays, the Cleveland Guardians, and the Miami Marlins combined rosters only cover $478 million. So all of those teams combined plus $50 million give you the Dodgers. That's crazy.
Connor, you don't want to debate me on this. I'll beat you on this debate as far as
I'm not
salary
debating
cap.
anybody. I'm just throwing it out there.
The thing is those other teams can afford to spend that kind of money. They can't. They just choose not to. They're proving it right now. Look at the Connor Griffin signing and the McGonigle signing. These teams forever that were like, we can't spend the money. All the shit teams that have a star player are locking them up right now. Like,
my whole point I'm bringing that up is the Dodgers better win the World Series with the amount of money they're spending.
Oh, 100%.
Anything different would be a fail. Like 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought it was a funny
I'm in agreement with you on that. We just know certain people that like argue for a salary cap and they don't know what the hell they're talking about. So
here's my question, Tony.
Yeah.
As the baseball financier of the group.
You were hyping me up about that last night, by the way. Let me mention this. Logan was hyping me up about that. We were talking to a guy at Jake's last night, and the guy was talking about teams and spending money, and Logan was like, oh, this is the guy you want to talk about baseball finances. He knows more than probably anybody you know. Like,
Logan was probably so sick of talking about it that he offloaded it onto you. And you ate that up.
Talking about that. We were actually having a good time just talking about the Tigers, I think.
Yeah. And then by the time that guy left, I insulted you to kind of like make up for it.
Did you? Oh, you did. What was the burn? You got me on a good one. I can't remember. The guy was like, yeah, you should have like buy him a beer for that one. Like, it was something. It was good. You burned me good.
You know, we were talking about like the ages of players. I think it was in the MLB, and I kind of just rounded back to your point that you had made earlier in the night, saying like, "What the hell am I doing with my life?"
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
But yeah, no. So my question for Tony then, we see these smaller to mid-market teams finally finding their balls and spending their money as they should be. With that in mind, do you think that these smaller market teams are eventually in the process of catching up to teams like the Dodgers and the Yankees? And if so, how long do you think it will take?
No, they're not in the process of catching up because I don't think they're actually trying to catch up. I think they're spending money on these stars for two reasons. One, you're locking in the guy that people want to see, right? For Tigers fans, Kevin McGonigle, you're excited and you want to see Kevin McGonigle play, right? And if you're Chris Ilitch, the owner of the Tigers, and you just spent what was that, $125 million on an 8-year contract?
150.
$150 million on an 8-year contract for Kevin McGonigle. Best case scenario, you just locked up a generationally great player on a generationally cheap contract. Worst case scenario, you're a billionaire, a multi-billionaire who owns 2 sports teams and Little Caesars Pizza, who's only on $150 million. So no, they're not trying to catch up. Same thing with the Pirates. They're not trying to catch up. They're doing it for two reasons. One, they want to lock up the stars so that they have a player to put asses in seats for the fans to come watch. Because if you're a fan, you're always going to be a devoted. Do you see it with the Red Wings with me? I'm always going to support Stevie Y. Even next year, if they don't make the playoffs, I'll still probably find some sort of excuse to be like, don't fire him, right? Like, I love my team. I want to support them. That's the thing. Second thing, if a salary cap gets put in, all of these contracts get grandfathered into the salary cap. And they get some leeway in the salary cap until these contracts are up. So they're locking these guys up so they can maybe make a run for cheaper later, but they're not trying to catch up to LA in them by any means.
Also, wouldn't it reset the market?
Huh?
Wouldn't it reset the market? Like the Dodgers got these guys locked down on these contracts. Like 2 or 3 years from now, it's just going to get more expensive to lock these players down.
Yeah, let me see this. In 2027, who are MLB free agents for the 2027 season, right? Potential free agents after the 2026 season. Kyle Higashioka, that's a big one, a catcher. Like, the market's going to get reset for him a little bit. First base, Yandy Diaz and Carlos Santana and Paul Goldschmidt. Like, Paul Goldschmidt's old, but like he could still probably get a decent amount of money to stick around in the league, Second base, Jazz Chisholm Jr. and Gleyber Torres and Luis Ariz. Like, that's a big position group. Gavin Lux. Like, why would I be like, I'm not taking shit money? There's rookies that would be making, or, guys who just had their rookie season that would be making more money than me. Like, these teams are screwing themselves over taking these contracts. Third base, Bo Bichette. He could opt out. Alec Boehm's another good one. Anthony Rendon. Shortstop, Ha-Sung Kim is a big one. What?
DQ.
He's got the ice
What?
cream.
Yeah, hey.
Oh, my gosh.
Jess just texted me like 30 minutes ago, and she's like, Dairy Queen's got buy one, get one for $1. So I'm like, all right, yeah, go ahead. So now I got an ice cream.
There you go. But then, like, look at the outfield. Do you guys want to know who's, like, free agents next year for the outfield?
Sure.
Yes.
Ronald Acuna Jr. He has a club option, which
Upton?
which means Acuna Jr. has a club option, which means he gets to explore his options, and then like the Braves can always choose to match whatever another team offers him to keep him. But like that doesn't matter in him determining his market. We have Ronald Acuna Jr., Randy Arozarena, the piece of shit himself, George Springer, Seiya Suzuka. Like, that's kind of crazy. Pitching, Tarek Skubal, Kevin Gausman, Freddie Peralta. Like, the market is so screwed next year, and it's going to skew towards big league teams. Or big market teams. It's so bad. Like, the Tigers and Pirates are screwing everybody.
We'll see what happens. I hope they can keep Skubal. Who knows?
Well, think of that. Like, they reset his market for him. But with the Framber Valdez signing, they reset the market for Tarek Skubal. Why the hell would he ask for anything less than Framber Valdez?
The Tigers have never paid pitchers. Never.
Oh yeah, they have. Who
have they paid? They didn't pay Verlander.
They had Verlander. When they had Verlander,
they let him walk to the Astros.
No, he didn't walk. No. Okay, slow. The Verlander thing was the Tigers needed to rebuild. They knew like their core, their guys and everything were starting to get old. And the Verlander thing was unlike Cabrera, who had committed to being a Tiger for life, had already won a World Series elsewhere. Verlander hadn't won a World Series, but had come up through their system and had pitched his ass and his heart off for them, right? He requested a trade just to a World Series contender to free up not to free up cap money, but to free up money for them and to allow them to start the rebuild. And so they did that for him.
They didn't pay Scherzer either. Scherzer
wanted more than Verlander. Scherzer wanted more than Verlander, and I'm sorry, he wasn't worth more than Verlander at that time.
No.
So, like, I don't know. I see Skubal doing the same thing.
Skubal's going to go to a team that values him, whether that's LA or Yankees or whatever, or the Mets. He's going to go to a team that values him. If he doesn't go to LA, I hope he goes to another American League team.
I kind of hope he goes to like a team that could actually beat the Dodgers. All right, like get him on a competitor that's right there to beat the Dodgers. Sorry,
not
Tony.
the
I
Dodgers.
just-
League and goes to an American League team. Imagine he goes to another AL Central team, and then every single day he pitches at Comerica Park, he's just gonna get booed so much.
Yeah.
Which
He'll
is
have a
stupid.
horrible,
Which is
horrible
stupid.
day.
That is stupid. Fans shouldn't be booing him. He gave them a number that was absolutely worth it, and they turned it down.
Yep.
If fans boo Tarek Skubal, Tigers fans are pieces of shit. Like, sorry. Like, they shouldn't be booing him. That motherfucker brought you back to relevance by himself, pretty much. Like,
I'd boo him.
What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the Lions booing Stafford when he came back?
I'd boo him too. Well, that was different.
That was
though.
different.
I'd boo him too. I was booing him.
That was different though. He wanted to trade. He wanted to trade.
He wanted out. Skubal wanted to stay, but he wanted what he deserved. So I can't blame him if he leaves.
We gave him the 1 year contract, right? That's what we have him for right now.
Well, this is a part of his like whole contract in general.
Okay.
Yeah. The arbitration just raised the money that he was getting paid for this 1 year. But yeah, he wanted to stay in Detroit. He loves Detroit.
Well, if he wants to stay, they better pay him. That's the thing.
Well, they're gonna have to pay him $600 million now, which is still freaking worth it. Can you imagine the good graces that would put that franchise in with the fans if they just paid Tarek Skubal?
Yeah.
$600 million. I can't even wrap my head around that.
It's not like he's going out there and laying an egg ever. If he ever has a bad game, he pitches 5 innings and gives up 4 runs. That's a bad game for him. It's
right.
Come on. He's not a liability ever. He's not like Flaherty, who will go out there and maybe he'll have one game where he has 10 strikeouts and goes 7 innings. Then the next game he makes it 2. He has 8 walks and is just, oh my gosh.
Dude, here's the thing for Tigers fans that annoys me. 10 years ago, maybe even a little bit over 10 years ago, before Mike Ilitch died, can you imagine Mike Ilitch not just paying Tarek Skubal?
Nope.
He just said, Tarek, you want 450? Let me give you 550 to show you how much I love you being on this team. But Mike Ilitch's little greedy ass fucking son is like, it's too much about the money. It's too much about the bottom line. It's that stereotype of like the rich kid who like doesn't know how his family became rich, but like wants to stay rich. Like it pisses me off so much. Because like I remember growing up and just seeing like how much Mike Ilitch paid out he paid a shit ton of money to Brandon Inge. Just because Brandon Inge was good for the franchise. Like, he was a good guy to have on the team in the dugout, and he was extremely loyal to that franchise. Couldn't hit the ball to save his life. But
200 average. What are you talking about? All right. You could play 9 positions. He was great.
Dude, Brandon Inge couldn't have. He couldn't have played 9. He played catcher and third base. Are you talking about Andrew Roman?
Yeah. I messed up. Inge is the shortstop.
Inge was the third baseman.
Well, who am I getting mixed up with then?
Are you thinking of Iglesias or Guillen?
Yeah, that's what it is. Oh my god, they're all mixing together.
Like Inge was super loyal, and like that got rewarded. Chris Ilitch doesn't do that, man. It's so annoying.
Well, I have a question for all of you guys. If you have any MLB stats pulled up, I want you to get rid of them. And I don't know if you guys really think about this too much, but of the whole MLB, which team currently has the best home record? Does anyone have any idea? Any guesses?
Well, I think the LA series where they lost to Cleveland was at home. So it's not going to be LA.
Best record at home, where you play half your games. Obviously, right?
Cincinnati Reds.
Can I look up overall team records? Can I look up overall team records?
No, that's cheating, dude.
Okay.
Just think
I know you got a spreadsheet. I see the way you're looking at your screen right now. Come on, Ellie.
There's one team that has one loss at home, and this is week 4 already, right?
Yeah.
It's not San Diego.
No.
It's not Atlanta.
It's gonna be
It's not
some
LA.
mid-team, dude. They're gonna be like 500.
It is a mid team. You're
That's
right.
what I'm
But we've
saying.
only
The
been,
team's
we've only
gonna be
been
like
talking
500.
about them for like 30 minutes. It's the
Oh,
Tigers.
is it Detroit? Yeah. I was gonna say, wait a minute.
What?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Cardinals series was in. The Cardinals series was in St. Louis, right?
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
the Tigers,
Yeah.
but yes.
that's pretty cool. They only have one
Isn't that
loss.
awesome?
No, that's sick.
That's pretty cool.
Just when's their next away series? Now I know how to lay my parlays. It's like all their losses are coming from away games. What's their?
I was trying to like maybe stump you guys, even though we were talking about it for the last 30 minutes
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
They are playing Boston tomorrow away in a series, so they start
Well,
series tomorrow.
They better beat Boston. Boston's having a rough go
Boston
right
looks
now.
horrible.
Let's win a series in Boston, please. Or even split at this point, how bad they've been playing away. They're 2-8 away. 8-1 at home. It's just abysmal away record. But man, we'll see.
2-8. They'll clean it up. Wait till Flaherty gets on the mound. Come on.
Gosh,
That'll
that
even out,
guy
though.
is so strange. He had a great outing his last game. Did you see that one?
I didn't. No.
The crazy thing about Flaherty is
Actually
that
had a pretty good game last time.
I am like the
never know.
biggest Flaherty hater anyone's ever seen.
Oh,
Flip a coin.
Logan and I
You're
were
gonna
watching
get
that game at
Flaherty
Jake's
or not.
yesterday.
Oh,
Good for him.
in that guy.
Needs it.
You put him in the playoffs though, and he gets rid of all that baggage. So
I just don't get it, man. He's the biggest hot and cold pitcher I've ever seen, and it always takes like 3 innings for him to warm up. Like, well, what's up with that, man? It's like the first
what
3
gets him.
innings.
His first 3 innings, he walks so many people, and then if they get hit, if the other team gets hits when he has all these walks, then he's just screwed.
Yeah,
But-
because then you're just playing from behind the whole game.
Yep.
he is not what he was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, he was one of the better pitchers in the league.
He's got it.
He's
but
still solid. It's just
I just don't understand that guy.
right.
So frustrating. I feel like I talk about him every single podcast.
Yeah. Well, Flaherty
Yeah,
better learn how
he's
to
one of
hit.
the most important players to look at if that team's going to win or lose. Like, makes sense.
Oh man. You think he could be a solid 3rd spot pitcher, Tony, for the Tigers?
Yeah.
Really, the third spot guy should be Casey Mize, but
You think so?
Flaherty should be the 4. Verlander should be the 5.
Yeah, Verlander.
I hope Verlander can come back from this injury and be decent. Like,
Hey, even if he's injured, the billionaire who paid for him is only out $13 million. So,
Dude.
does he really care?
13 million. It's like this guy's
To
got
a
an monopoly.
billionaire. To a billionaire. Like, what are we talking about?
It's like
Yeah.
buying a biscuit. Like he could lose 13 million and not know it's gone. Like
That's his pocket net. That's what that is. Like,
that's ridiculous. I can't even wrap my head around that. Like
and they're a small market team. Shut up. Like, I hate. Although, crazy thing, let me look at this. Because I have division ranking, so average ranking of teams from, each division. The NL Central and the AL Central are the 2 best ranked divisions right now.
Yep.
It's the mid-market teams that are actually killing it at the start of the year. Like, the AL East is the worst, and the NL East. But, any division with the Mets right now is just going to be horrible.
Morgan, how do you feel about the Rockies?
Well,
You had the Rockies in like your top. I think they were a.
they
I
lost.
think they were
their
an honorable mention last time.
They were. I think they were my number 10 honestly. But they lost. You lose 6 straight. Nothing's good happening.
They pulled. I
Yeah.
can't remember what team it was against, but they pulled the Tigers and got swept in a 4-game series.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Logan was fired up about the 4-game series. Dude.
they lost 4 to the Padres. None of those games are even remotely close.
Right.
And then they're in a series with the Astros right now. They only played game 1 of that series close, and we'll see how it goes today. I'd like the Rockies to be relevant for once, but maybe I was just grasping at the air to see if maybe they could be good. I don't know.
Another
God,
team
I
that
hope
you
so.
mentioned, Morgan, that I've noticed has been slipping lately. The Astros.
Oh yeah, I
I
can't
mean, they're
believe what
now
they're doing.
they're now at the bottom of their division.
Yep. Well, the Tigers were at the bottom of the division 2 weeks ago too, so
Right.
you never know. They have the roster, they have the talent. They have to figure it out. I feel like
Right.
I feel like the Astros and the Rangers, those are the best teams in the American League. The Athletics, they have some players, but they're young. I don't know. The American League West will be interesting.
Sorry, I'm back.
All right. Not too much going on in the world of football. I don't know if you guys are gearing up for the draft or not.
I'm kind of excited for it, but I mean,
I might watch it for once. I haven't watched it in a couple of years because I've just.
I always
Isn't it
watch
next week? Isn't it next week?
the draft starts April 23rd. So a week from today is gonna be the first round. So it will be kind of cool to do a podcast on draft night. But
That's what I was just thinking.
the draft's gonna it lasts like 5 hours, dude. Like we're not gonna be live the whole time for sure. But
yeah.
the Lions have picked 17.
The
So
problem
is
with
this-
this draft, and I think I may have pointed this out in an earlier episode, or even just in some discussion that we were having aside from all this, but this draft is just Mendoza and friends. Essentially. And while I am excited to hopefully get a guy like Proctor or maybe even Freeling, I can't get as excited about the prospects as a whole as I have before.
Yeah.
Fair.
Well, the positions that the Lions need, it's not like
Not
they're-
flashy.
They're not flashy positions. That's why. The people we need are the ones that will take us to the next level. We already have our stars. We've talked about. We need the big uglies. We need the guys that are going to go out there and do their job. Not to be a Patriot fan here. We need those sort of players that won't be talked about that much.
Hold up, Morgan. You're a Patriots fan? No,
I mean, I wanted them to win the Super Bowl this year, but whatever.
But the
You
thing
gotta
is, like,
respect the game when they have good teams.
the thing is, like, me putting my Lions fandom aside, I like to look at the draft from the perspective of someone who's very involved in fantasy football. So I'm looking out for those guys that are going to be big names in terms of running backs, in terms of wide receivers, hell, even in terms of tight ends. If we get a guy like, Brock Bowers, who is well talked about, even though he was a tight end and drafted, very high. I look at this year's draft, and I don't see anyone in any of those, flex positions that I can say, oh, I'm going to be so excited to be able to have him on my fantasy team. I mean, I look at the running backs, top guys, Jeremiah Love. I can't get that excited about him. I look at the wide receivers, the top guys, Carnell Tate. yeah,
Oh my
maybe he
god.
he becomes a Pro Bowler. I could realistically see that, but I mean, he would be, in my eyes, he would be a Pro Bowler in the sense that like Jerry Jeudy was a Pro Bowler.
I don't know. I think Jeremiah Love is going to be an instant impact. Whoever gets him, he is perfect NFL ready running back. He can block for pass protection. He's big enough to go between the tackles, and he can catch. He's the whole package. He played at Notre Dame. That's whoever has him. It'll be like signing Gibbs, honestly. But he can block. Gibbs can't block. It's. I think he'll be an instant impact guy. Jeremiah Love. I watched Notre Dame
I
play.
agree with that. I think he's
so much fun. I would watch him play the service academy schools, and it's like he wasn't even trying. I know,
right.
but like, oh my gosh, that guy was so good.
He just looked like he's having fun out there, you know?
No.
Dude, I saw a thing. It was like it was the running back rankings coming into this year. You know who they had at the top 2 coming into this year?
What do we have?
It was Bijan and then Gibbs as like the top 2 running backs in the league. And the crazy thing is weren't those guys the same class?
I think so. That's the 2023
I think they were.
running back.
I think they were either the same class or a year apart. But like
I was so
No, you're right. 2023. That's the running back class. Gibbs was 1. Bijan Robinson was 2. And then Devon Atene was 5.
I was so low on Gibbs when we drafted him. We were at 6, right? We had the 6th pick. And my guy was Jalen Carter. I'm like, we got to take this guy. I don't care how many, trouble with the law he had. This guy is a unit. I want this guy. And I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like, this is it. He's on the draft board. And we trade back to 12. And I'm like, what the heck are we doing? So I was already mad. And then at 12, we draft this guy I've never even heard of. And it turned out to be really good. So I can't
Jalen Carter, Connor really had a buddy he gets on base moment.
No, I was actually so sad.
In 2022, 2023 with Gibbs?
No, not college. Not college.
Well, Gibbs was crazy, but it was just like Alabama didn't really do anything. So it was like, is he really that good? It's how dynamic Gibbs is. That's where it comes from. He can do.
Alabama certainly did things. They were in the SEC championship, and they in the playoffs.
Like he can't block, but like, man, that guy can do everything else better than almost anybody. Like,
what do you guys think of that one? What's his name? The safety that's supposed to go like top 5. You know what I'm talking about?
The guy from Ohio State?
Yeah. What's that guy's name?
We just talked about him a couple weeks ago.
As long as he has the same career path as Jeff Okuda, I'm okay with it.
Caleb Downs. I can't believe I forgot.
That's it.
Caleb Downs.
Yeah.
He was the reason why Ohio State won the Natty. Like, oh my gosh. Yes.
I hope he has the same career path as Jeff Okuda coming from Ohio State.
I'm really hoping that guy. I don't know. I don't think there's any chance he falls to Detroit, but I think if he's there at 17, I think we take Cameron.
The idea.
Is there any news on Kirby? Is there any news on Kirby?
Yeah, the news is he has cartilage in his knee. He keeps posting about how he's going to be comeback player of the year, but I'm so convinced that even if Kirby Joseph is at 80% of what he used to be, that's better than who we have. So get him on the field.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Let me see. Let me see if there's any notable stories right now.
Give the guy a handful of Advil, he'll be fine. Okay, like come on.
Turf monster at Ford Field will end up being his undoing, unfortunately.
Can we draft like a strength and conditioning coach at 17? Because honestly, we need like somebody that knows how to get these players in shape without them getting injured. Like,
Yeah, can we set up a separate draft just for coaching staff?
For coaching staff? Yeah.
That shit would be so funny though.
Honestly, that'd be a lot better than coaches getting poached midway season. It'd keep things. I don't know. So you're not just blowing up a team halfway through, like with Mississippi this year in
How
football.
much do you guys think it's like the turf fields though? I would win the turf fields more than like the conditioning coaches.
I don't.
I would
think
just
people
put grass in there. Put
I think
grass in
people
Ford
way
Field.
too into that. But it just seems like everything has to go right for the Lions in order for them to have a chance. It's kind of like the story of the Red Wings. Everything has to go right in order for us to have a chance, and everything won't go right. Like in order to win a Super Bowl, you have to win with people who aren't starters. Like people just next man up works, but it only works so often. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna have to have that guy that just emerges out of nothing and becomes really good.
Well, we'll see.
Oh,
Do you guys have an athlete of the week in mind?
Yes, I do.
Go ahead, Morgan.
Rory McIlroy won the Masters.
Dang.
He's my player of the week. He won it back to back. I think only 2 other golfers have done that. So it's Rory McIlroy. Golf's the hardest, or maybe it's one of the hardest sports on the planet. It's up there. I'd say hockey's number 1, baseball, and golf. Just for how frustrating golf is. If you can win the Masters 2 years in a row, you're in the prime of your game.
didn't he
He
like
made
almost
it
blow it?
close too.
Like,
He only
almost blew
won
it.
by he only won by 1 stroke. He
Well,
made it
that's part of the
close.
pressure too. That's part of the pressure.
Right.
That makes you even better. If you can handle that and the frustration, oh my goodness. Oh shoot. Yep, Roy.
I'll go ahead and say Kevin McGonigle just for that signing because that was a really big deal for us.
I like it.
I'm really excited for the future with him.
Yeah, that guy's a dog.
I hope you're right. I hope he's good and not just a 4-week wonder.
Yeah, I
Or
don't want to
that'd
have.
be the biggest blunder in Detroit history. He'll just start tanking in our luck.
I don't want to have another Akil Badu situation.
Yo, but do.
Oh man.
Tony, you got one, or you want me to go?
You go.
Okay. Player of the week. I'm gonna say Connor McDavid. Edmonton clinched the playoff spot. They not only that, they got a home playoff game. First, I guess. I mean, both teams have home playoff games, but the first 2 are in Edmonton. They finished with 91 points. They actually finished with a worse record than the Red Wings, but anyways, Connor McDavid had 5 goals and 3 assists in the last 5 games.
Wow.
And they barely sneaked in. Yeah, to have 8 points in the last 5 games of the season is incredible. But he really led the team from the ashes, and he got it done. So shout out to him.
All right. I was going to go Kevin McGonigle, but since Logan stole it, I will say Steph Curry with the vintage Steph Curry performance, though. Like, Steph Curry is my player of the week then. You know, putting the team on his back. Like, so.
Sure, I take the MLB guy from you, you take the NBA guy from me.
I know, this is
Fair
weird.
trade.
And I did 2 golf players 2 weeks in a row. I'll never do that again.
Oh man,
Tiger Woods. I was on the phone with the president.
Tiger Woods, dude, player of the week. Player of the week, Tiger Woods.
Oh man.
Maybe 20 years ago, Tiger Woods would have been player of the week.
Any final thoughts before we wrap up for the night?
That's about does it for me, man.
All right.
All
Well,
good.
Yeah,
as
man, I'm good.
always, thank you all for watching. And we'll hopefully see you all next week.